One of the problems us older people have in learning about any new technology is that we bring our fears and suspicions and mental blocks with us. So there's nothing like starting them out young. In today's program, we're going to look at 3 different young people who use the computer. We're going to find out how much they know about the computer, how they use it, and what it means to them. Press play.
Egg.
Sounds like somebody shot him.
Egg. Yeah, that's stallion too. Your turn.
My turn? Looks like I. What's inside the computer? What makes it do that?
There's a thing that's around. See?
Uh-huh.
Makes it go. See?
I see. It's in there, eh?
Yeah.
That's where it all happens.
See that little hole? That's where it goes.
Uh-huh. Is it kind of like magic?
It close. If that red light is on,
Yeah.
that it could go.
Is that a game? Oh, okay.
Sticky bear bot.
Sticky bear. Okay. Don't fall
put it
off. You want me to put it in, do you? Okay. You trust me with this equipment? Okay.
Now go.
Yep.
Everybody, I put that on so everybody can know Sticky Bear Bob is in there.
Oh, I see.
There's a sandbag.
Is he inside here? Is that what happens inside here in this part of the computer?
There's a control in there.
Control, oh, I see. Now what do we do?
You got a P is for go for itself.
For paddle. Is it?
No.
Oh, K for keyboard or P for paddle. So we're using the keyboard, I guess, are we?
Yeah.
So what do we do? Press K.
Yep.
Good.
You press that and I press this.
What do I press? This one?
2 these.
Oh, these 2. Okay. Oh, I see what happens. Oh, you got some big bears there. Who's winning?
Huh?
Who's winning?
You don't,
Or do
you
you
don't
win?
have to win.
Oh,
There's the ball. Like,
we're going faster now, are we? Did you make it do that? Boy, it's really going fast now.
Oh, you
Oh,
gotta get a start.
oh, you got me.
Sandbagged.
sandbag, does it?
The end.
Splat, the end. Well, Merry Christmas to you too, Tika. How long have you been playing with computers?
Well, ever since last Christmas when we first got the computer, guess almost a year then now.
Why do you enjoy the computer so much?
Well, there's so much you can do with it. Seeing that I write my own programs. This one I didn't write on my own, but
So you use other programs, but you
Yeah.
also write your own, do you?
yeah, so much.
How did you learn to program the computer yourself?
Well, there was a course this summer that I went to that taught me some things, but
Now, what letter did we say represented the characters going across the screen?
X.
X. So we want to put a condition so that if the letter J is pressed, then the X will move one space, so our diamond will move across the screen. So we need an if-then statement.
Let's talk about some of the programs that you've made yourself then. Could you show us some?
Okay.
What one is this called?
Speed Steed. It's kind of a little horse race that I made up. And let's just jump to level 15.
Okay, you've got names for the horses and everything, have you?
Yep.
Man o' War beats Black Magic. Where did you get the names from?
Well, Man o' War was a real horse, and Black Magic I just made up.
Oh, I see. And how does that work? Can you
Well-
explain how it works?
Yeah, well, first of all, up here it clears the screen and changes the color. This line 20 makes the screen flash, and
I see.
here's just the instructions, and it inputs the skill level here. You
What does
notice
that
I,
mean?
Yeah, well, it asks you what skill level. You notice I don't need a question mark here because the computer puts in the question mark itself. Here's what happens if I do put in a question mark. See? There's two question marks,
I
the one
see.
that the computer put in and the one that I put in.
Oh.
And here it says if it's greater than 15, then to input it again. See?
Now, what does that mean if it's greater than 15? If what's greater than 15?
If it says here A, but that's if whatever skill level you've put in. If you try to put in 16 or higher, then it won't accept it, and it'll go back up to 35 and 935 and ask you again. In 50, it waits for you to press the space bar, and here's what determines if it's the space bar or not. If it's not equal to character string 32, which is the space bar, then go back to 50 and try and see if you press it.
One horse always seems to have a big head start at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
it
race.
depends on the skill level you're at. Okay, if you're at level 1, it's just like that. He's already there.
I see. What is actually going on inside the computer?
Well, I don't really know too much about it, but there's kind of certain bits and bytes or shifts too that they'd have. If you poked into a certain location, it would poke into someplace here and do what it was told to do somewhere, whatever location that was or whatever. Okay, we'll stop it from here. Now, if we do that, it'll send us back there and kind of set up our own program. But instead of writing our own program, we'll load one of the other pieces.
What is this now?
It's a piece by Shirley that I put in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you show us how you did that?
Yeah. Okay. You see here, the plus is the treble clef here,
Uh-huh.
and it says what note, what octave, and how long. Up here, the go sub 63010. See at the bottom here. This is like what kind of voice it would be.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of voice is it?
This, it says it's a piano here, flute,
Oh, I see.
trumpet, banjo, and accordion.
Now, looking at the program here in the magazine for that Pika, there's lots and lots of lines there with a lot of information, a lot of information to be typed in. What would happen if you made a mistake when you were typing it in and you didn't notice it?
Well, okay, let's just say list around here where it says print tab 19, but we'll print 10.
Okay.
And so, watch this. See?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
way over there.
I see. Well, that's a mistake you'd pick out pretty quickly,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? And would you know where to go back into the program to make that correction?
Yeah, you could. Well, not immediately though. Actually,
Uh-huh.
like you'd have to do a little bit of looking and check out here,
Uh-huh.
or you'd see which was the first one to go out, and you'd find out that it's in line 30.
Yeah.
So we'll put that back to 19. Also, a change of note is you can really that really stands out too.
Uh-huh. Gunter, how long have you been interested in computers?
For about a year. I started off with an Apple about the beginning of September last year, and then for Christmas last year, our family got the Commodore 64 here.
What made you first get interested in computers?
I don't know, I suppose it was probably video games. I was just playing video games for a while, and I suppose I wanted to learn how to program.
What kinds of things have you been doing with the computer yourself?
Well, basically I've been writing games, but I haven't really gotten down to writing any business programs or anything as such. I worked during the summer in helping teaching a computer course, Computer Talk, and then I became a Vic Kid helping demonstrate Commodore computers in various stores.
When you say that you've been writing games, what language have you been using?
Basic.
Have you tried to learn any other languages?
I tried to learn machine language, but there's not much in town that will help you help you to learn it.
Difficult language to learn?
It's probably the most difficult language to learn. I'd like to learn that because like BASIC is too slow, while machine language is a lot faster and the games run smoother.
When you say it's slow, what do you mean? You mean the machine is slower to react?
Yeah, when you run the program, it will take longer to get from the beginning of the program to the end of the program. So it will run smoother. Like each different instruction that you give the computer takes longer in BASIC.
Let's talk a little bit about the course that you teach or help to teach. What kinds of kids are taking computer courses?
Mostly everyone. The ages are from about 9 to 16. All kinds of people are taking them.
And do you find that a lot of kids, your friends and so on, are quite interested in the computer?
Not anymore. At the beginning of last year, the kids seems a lot more interested than they are now. That's probably because like they've been getting into more things. Like one of my friends had a Atari, has an Atari, and well, he doesn't use that much more, but he used it at the beginning of last year.
Do you think then that computers are kind of a fad that are dying out?
Well, they're probably a fad to teenagers, but businesses, they seem to be becoming more and more important as for planning budgets and stuff. But playing video games and writing computer programs is probably just a fad.
What about the future as far as yourself is concerned? Do you see yourself getting more and more involved in programming and so on?
More and more? No, I don't think I'll get any more involved in than I am now. I hope to start working more, though.
How do you mean?
Well, just getting various jobs demonstrating computers or teaching the computer course like I did over the summer and stuff like that.
Do you think that a knowledge of the computer and knowledge about programming and so on is important to you as far as your future is concerned, a career is concerned, that sort of thing?
Well, I don't know, because right now I don't know what kind of job I'm going to get into, but I suppose it's a good thing to know and it can't hurt.
What are you doing right now? What is the machine doing?
Well, the machine's loading the program.
This is one of those long waits.
No, this is only a short one.
Oh, okay.
This is a pretty simple program. It's just, I think I wrote it in a week or so. It's basically a shoot 'em up game between two people. You got one person there and another up there. One person would use a joystick and another would use the keyboard. The object is just to shoot them like that. Ooh, forgot the volume. Okay, this is basically a game where between two people, and the object is to shoot the other player. One person would use a joystick and the other would use the keyboard. And then on the keyboard you press space bar to shoot, and on the joystick, well, it's the same thing. To shoot the other player.
Now you said it took you about a week
Yeah.
to write this program. How many different steps are there approximately?
In this program, there are basically one to get the first movement in, the controlment of the first player using the keyboard, which are just, as you can see now, from here to here. And then the other one is from here to here, and that's the peak of the gun, the joystick. And then also, we'll get them out of the way. Then the next step is to see if you're shot, and that's by poking or peeking the position of each player, and that's done at the end of the program to see if each player's shot.
What do those terms mean, poke and peek?
Well, the poke is to change the memory location, is to change the number in a certain memory location. Like to change the screen number, the memory location is 53281, and I'm going to change it to gray, which corresponds to 12. And a peek gets what number is in the memory location. So if you peek 53, oh, I had to print it. If you print the peak of 53281, it will be 12 because that's what number's in there. Or that also corresponds to gray, 252.
What's inside this computer that makes it do the things that you've programmed it to do?
I've never really looked at what's inside, but basically on the Commodore 64, there's a memory location that shows where you can put in the different peaks and pokes and the different memory locations that you have, and it's 64K, which means that it has 64 kilobytes of programmable access. Well, actually, there's only 40 that you can use to write a program, as the other are used for the actual basic program that's in the machine right now. There are also certain chips that produce, like the video, the sprites, etc., and the sound, which would be another chip. I saw a program in a magazine a while back that showed the 64 sound pretty good. It basically shows the 3 different voices that you can have on the 64. Each voice is like doing a different instrument right now. The first voice, I believe, is a trumpet or harmonica, and the other is a jazz harp, and the other is a beer mug with water left in it or something like that.
When you say voice, you mean there are 3 distinct kinds of sounds that the computer can make?
Yeah, the first one is actually there are 4, but only 3 are being used now. The first voice, well, there are 4 for the 64. The first voice is for treble sound, the second one is for tenor sound, and the third is for bass sound, and the fourth is for just a noise, for explosions and stuff like that.
You're a musician yourself. Have you tried to write any music on the 64?
I wrote a program a while back that was basically an Empire Strikes Back thing with the walkers, and at the beginning of that I threw in the theme to Star Wars. This has a theme there. And then to get onto the rest of the program, you press the fire button like that.
Okay. And is this your program?
Yeah. The idea is taken from the movie Star Wars, but I wrote it myself. The graphics that you see are called sprites, and what they do is you can define them by poking into certain memory locations when you'd want using binary numbers. Right now I'm using, I think, 4 or 5 different sprites.
In this program?
Yeah.
The idea for this game obviously came from the Star Wars movie, but have you ever written any programs that are totally original?
Yeah, I've got one here. I haven't seen anything like it. It was just an experiment. I was working on it and it was too hard to put in a plane for the enemy, so I just worked on another enemy.
What's the computer doing now?
It's loading the program.
Tell us something about it. What takes place?
Right now it's just the boarding sequence that I mentioned.
So the little man comes over, gets in the helicopter.
Yeah, and you control the helicopter. And this thing here is the enemy, and if you wonder what it is, it's a man on a pogo stick. Like I said, it was too hard to put in the plane, so I put it in this man on a pogo stick that jumps up and down like that and tries to run into you. Now the object is to pick up the man. You're supposed to go like that, and he's supposed to jump on now, and then you're supposed to land him in that thing up there. But it's
Kind
not
of a spaceship or something.
Yeah, take him away and get him to safety.
Well, I can see why you said it's an original game. Not too often one thinks of a man on a pogo stick fighting a helicopter.
No.
And in this case, it looks like the guy on the pogo stick won, eh?
Yeah. One thing I like about this game is when you die, the graphics that it shows. As the plane falls through the air and it's twisted on different angles, then it just deteriorates into nothing.
How did you get it to do that?
Well, when it loads the sprites, it loads a certain enough sprites so that there's a different sprite for every angle up straight, this way, down, and this way. And then when it hits the ground, the back of the helicopter will slowly move apart. I'll show it to you again now.
Okay. What does it say, USA on the helicopter?
Yep. Well, just US, and then the other part there is the open, is the cockpit.
Guy can really fly on that thing, can he?
And deteriorates in the
I see. How do you see the future as far as yourself is concerned with computers?
Well, I've got a job now. Well, I'm part of a club called the Vic Kids that demonstrate computers in various stores. I think that's probably faded because I haven't had to work in a couple of weeks now. I hope to get a job somewhere demonstrating computers in a couple of years. I'd like that because extra money or whatever.
What about actually, using the computer though yourself and writing programs and so on? Are you going to maintain an interest there? Keep going?
I don't know. It's hard to tell right now because I'm getting in the other stuff, and I probably will pick it up again in a couple of years, though, if I do get out of it, but I don't know if I will.
So right now you're finding that you've had a fling at computers and you've learned something and now you're interested in something else?
Yeah, I think the fact that I'm interested in something else or not as interested in computers is because I think everything is to do on BASIC I can pretty well do in a matter of time, so I need machine language to keep me interested.
Do you need a new computer, a better computer, that sort of thing?
Not really, but it would help. Like, the laser video games are not available now, and they use a cartoon instead of actually graphics. I'd like to have a try at using one of them.
Do you think that computers are going to change our lives, are going to change the way we live?
Well, it's hard to say. They already have done a good bit, I suppose. Like, everything is now computerized, flying planes and stuff. But generally, I think people will live the same. It won't be like we'll all become computers, and everything we do won't be dependent on computers. But they will play a larger part in our lives.
Do you think they're going to put people out of work?
They might put some out of work, but they'll also give work to others. People know how to fix computers, people know how to program computers, people know how to make computers or stuff like that. They'll give jobs to, but, well, on a manufacturing plant, computers or robots or whatever might take over and just get rid of those jobs.
But they're here to stay.
More than likely.
Even if we get tired of them now and then.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
What do those terms mean, poke and peek?
Well, the poke is to change the memory location, is to change the number in a certain memory location. Like to change the screen number, the memory location is 53281, and I'm going to change it to gray, which corresponds to 12. And a peek gets what number is in the memory location. So if you peek 53, oh, I had to print it. If you print the peak of 53281, it'll be 12 because that's what number's in there. Or that also corresponds to gray, 252.
I see.
No, you don't.
Sandbagged.
Sandbag, does it?
The end.
Splat, the end.